Nah. Oh, it's all gone to pot, ladies and gentlemen. The beginning of the stream is terrible. It's doomed and ruined. Doomed and ruined. Ruined and doomed. Anyhow. Welcome back to some Trails in the Sky the Third. Last time, we defeated the demon dwelling at the depths of the first plane in the Jade Corridor. This time, we make our way into what seems to be Grancel in the second plane. And hopefully we can find our way around someone we know, somewhere we know, and figure out what the actual hell is going on. Damn it, I said hell for a minute. Oh well, monetization be damned. Huzzah! One of the things I wanted to mention before we set off is I did do some off-stream grinding, so my quad setup looks a bit different. I think the primary things to note are Reese has Clock Up EX, which is done by using EP1, Action 2, Blind, EP Cut 1, and Cast 1, because 50% speed is crazy this early. Tita still has Dark Matter access. Julia has pretty much the same stuff, except she has defense. She's kind of more of a tank at this point. But she also has access to Crest and Forte. And Kevin has most of the AoE magic. Doesn't have Dark Matter, which is a bit of an issue. But it's not too bad. As for the particulars with where I was grinding and what I grinded, I will show that off now very quickly. You want to go to Sundoor 1, and then follow the stairs up. Can beat that bone wizard, you don't have to. You want to make sure you have this monument active so you can teleport to it. Which should be just the Jade Corridor TP point, I think. Yes. Once that's active, you just want to TP to Jade Corridor and then beat up the Suduros. What are these things called again? Sudorudo. You want to beat them up, because they'll give you some decent elemental value stuff. And they have a chance of spawning with slime lumps and Ares pots, like I mentioned last stream when I went over this area in full. So I essentially grinded on these guys for the extra Sepith that I needed. I don't think anybody's craft setup has changed too much, other than Tita having chain 3, Reese having chain 2. I think that was everything. Mostly just chains that have been learnt. Gonna move. And the Grimoire fled. Okay, buddy. Slap. Just gonna move Kevin up. Tita, why did you walk in range of it? I don't care that we won. I care that you almost got hurt. You fool. So if you've done that, you can just heal up. That's my ideal grinding spot for this early. It's not efficient, per se, because the Ares pots will usually outspeed you. So unless you get lucky and they waste their turn, chances are you're probably stuffed. Slime lumps are slow and easy enough to grab, though. So, welcome to Grancel proper. Haven't really had much chance to talk about this. But essentially, the monument here giving us access to a bunch of good quartz is pretty much what we needed to break into semi-OP territory. We're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. You also don't want to make more than 2 action 2s for something coming up very quickly. If you go up into the top floor of the Orbital Factory, you can get HP 2. Which, it's okay. It's 3 water value, which is nice, and it will be very handy on an upcoming character very soon. But for now, if you don't have a HP 2 on one of your characters that needs it, I recommend picking that up right now. You head into the Arms and Guards. I think it's on the 2nd floor. No, it's in here. The Akashic Heart. And the Akashic Heart gives 400 strength, plus 25 arts attack, and plus 5 agility. That is a pretty nutty strength increase at this point. Reese was our hardest hitter, and Julia's still hitting harder than her, even though she has a defense 2. Which should serve to show you that that weapon is freaking nuts. If you come up into the house over here, there are some smelling salts in the chest as well. Sorry, but that magic palm that restocks all the chests hasn't come by here yet. Try again in another game. No! Ah, crud. So the Iron Knights are pretty normal enemies. They're weak to time, which is quite nifty. Grimoires, we've already seen and been over, so no need to beat that horse any more than we already have. I'm going to attack orders. I'm going to chain 3. Pew pew. Doobie-doo-doo. Thankfully, if you are low, there's always healing right there. Which is nifty-wifty. Come to the Fisherman's Guild here. Walk up to the 2nd floor. Bring to me the girl who loves to fish. Only then shall the door open. Yeah, no prizes for guessing who that's referring to. They can be kind of spoilery with what they say, but I don't know. I'm still going over them just to show you where they are, and because they unlock as teleport points. Which is obviously very nifty for getting around places faster than walking, especially seeing as we have to fight every battle we get into. I don't think anyone's here. I'd faintly hoped there would be, but I should have known that wouldn't be the case. The guild's assistance would have been immensely helpful in a situation like this too. I'll go and have a look at the telephone. Maybe we'll be able to contact a branch somewhere else and ask them for help. Thanks, Tita. It's no use. The phone's technically working, but I can't actually get through to anywhere. Have you tried contacting headquarters at Leyston Fortress? Oh, no. No good. I can't get through to them either. I see. I imagine you would get the same result no matter where you tried to call. Probably, yeah. Well, it's not ideal, but it looks like we're on our own. If you walk all the way up to the top floor, bring to me the dancer with silver locks. Only then shall the door open. Get that logged as a teleport point. If you want to head into this building over here, on the second floor, you can get an insulating tape. Wait, Father, I haven't finished my confession yet. Kevin does not listen to chests. Chests are beneath me, unless they have swag. In which case they are not beneath me until I have stolen them. If you head upstairs, there's a chest here containing the fried phoenix. We check the recipe. The fried phoenix is 4,000 HP healing and plus 20 strength. Not made from phoenixes. Very disappointing. But, you know, what can you do? I don't remember if you're forced to head north or not yet. I just know that there is a forced encounter very soon. So I would advise being quite careful. Really Gimp to set up there to give us information. I'll save up. Sally forth. Checking the house on the left. I'm not sure if it's in this room or if it's up here. You get 50 of each elemental sepith. If you stare into this chest and say Ouroboros 5 times, LeBlanc will visit you this night. No. He can stay as far the frick away as he can get, as far as I'm concerned. I'm tired of bloody riddles. Ah. I understand. Boop. This is not gonna last long enough, is it? Duh! Time to show off Reese's S-Break in a very quick fashion. Ah! Upon the golden wings of battle, descending to that land to rescue wayward souls. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, boy. Encounters in this game are spooky. Just gonna sit here and farm some CP real quick. Here he comes! It's the spooky boy! Woo, spooky! Go for another sacrifice arrow. Boop! Just wanna get him away from the party. Thankfully, Seal activates. Getting very lucky on my 10%, I think it is. Yeah. Want to head into the Hotel Rohenbaum. Because... Where the hell are the things? Are they upstairs? No. There is a chest containing 500 mirror. Another chest containing 500 mirror. Can you guess what's in the next one? It's a white bracelet! Bulger! Ancient note hinting at the location of the 8th Septarian. Ah, phooey. I was hoping to obtain godly powers. And then there's another 500 mirror chest. That's, 1,500 altogether, and a white bracelet, which is pretty good. Just want to be very, careful with, how you're walking about town. I'm fairly sure there's a forced fight up ahead that's quite spooky. Bring to me the guardian of the royal family, and the blade that serves the imperial house. Only then shall the door open. Yay! Yay! Thank you, Sky the Third. Very cool. So, the boss of the Iron Kaiser is an animated suit of the armor from the Middle Ages, specializes in charge attacks. The Iron Knight is basically a baby version of the Iron Kaiser. Want to delay the Iron Kaiser as much as possible. Then attack orders with Julia. And just slap the ever-loving goat turds out of a group of them. Just ping-pong to death. No living. It is now illegal. God bless Trinity Clyce. And you can drop a satellite beam. Takes out the boss. Yeah, I think Julia's screwed. Oh well. Nope, she lives. For a whole 5 seconds. Boom. Get some items from that. And once that enemy is defeated... the doorway over there will open. No. What's this magical symbol for? I believe it's locked by a spiritual power of some kind. We're unlikely to be able to force our way through as long as it remains active, I'm afraid. That's certainly how it seems. Which means that we're going to need to find some way to remove it, or we won't be able to get inside. Most likely, yeah. You alright with us leaving the castle until later, then? You alright with turning that goddamn freaking BMX down? Drive me insane, I tell you. Mental. Anyway. I fear we have little choice. I can only hope that Adios keeps everyone inside safe until we return. Shall we resume our search of the city in the meantime? That works. Hopefully we can find some way of getting inside while we're making the rounds. Now, instead of walking all the way back, limping to your own demise... Teleport, 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 teleport! Teleportation power! You want to restore your HP and EP? I think... I'm not sure if we do, but we can check the Hermit's Garden. And see if we qualify for that full CP heal. Oh, we do! How lovely! It's like the boss never happened. Ain't that beautiful? If you want to continue your adventure from where we were, can teleport to Star Door 1. And that'll bring you all the way back up to the top. Then the only real way to progress is heading over to the right, so that's what we shall do. God. Ew. Great. Thinking. Emojoie. No, okay, then it's going to Reese. Alright. Yeah, okay then. So, Smoke Cannon with Blind on Tita is your saving grace for this whole area. She will single-handedly stop you from receiving a millennial ass-whooping. Which is, yeah, quite nice. That and Hellgate gives you some banger access to AoE time stuff, which is downright necessary for these guys. Die, you have slapped the child! Begone, fool! Presamity Lamb! And Alakablama. Duh! You bloody cheat.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Stop breaking through me 50%, you codfish. Thankfully, autosave is your friend. And we'll bail you out of all the bad decisions you make. Yippee! Duh! I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Oh! Mortal Punishment. Smoke Cannon. I really hope they're all still inside that, but in case they're not... Bonk. 4k damage. Christ. Ugh. Cross gear rage 2. And then we slap that Iron Knight. Iron Knight. I think Reese can just Arc Fencer twice, and that should get them. Boop. Murder. So it's not too bad, but if you get very unlucky with rushes and stuff like that, then you may have problems. A lot of problems. See, that top door is... I say top door. That top gate is shut. This one is not. Which lets us head into the eastern block. You can come up to where you once got lovely, lovely ice cream and get stabbed to death by several Iron Knights. Truly wonderful memories. I can smoke cannon. And then deal some more chip damage. Gonna have Julia knock them all together. Bada boom, bada bing, Bob's your uncle. Unless he's not, in which case I apologise for mislabeling your uncle. While the Iron Knight is fainted, he'll be out for at least one turn, so you can afford to get some chip damage in with everyone else. The worst case scenario here is that you get caught with your pants down and the enemies decide to get a death blow turn on you, which is like, oops, reset to 0, you have tried and died. Which isn't pleasant, but, you know, what can you do? We can head into the Erebonian Embassy. And get murder ganked! No time to get comfy, huh? They just popped up out of nowhere. Here they come! Wanna S-break with Kevin immediately. Lest you be absolutely donkey punched into tomorrow. These jerks have double attacks, which means that they can just decide one of you dies. Like that. This encounter. For several reasons, but primarily that. Have about 5,400 health. And the Dark Blades, basically, have insta-kill baloney attached to them. How lovely! In short, drop the bombs. Just drop them all. Just blow them the hell up. Kaboom, kablooey, kablam. And go figure, this won't work the way I want it to. Oh, fudge. So, Cloak and Dagger is probably the thing you actually want them to do, because it's the least threatening attack they have. When it's an insta-kill, you know it's bad. Julia does hit for a fair amount of damage here. It's just really unfortunate that basically nothing is going to save her unless she gets very lucky. Please, RNGesus, be nice. Ooh. There is no beating these guys in a straight-up fight. You just have to underhandedly slap them before they realize they're being slapped. And that tends to do them in right quick. Okay, very nice. Okay, I'm pop his S-break. Darkblade is going to Cloak and Dagger, which is freaking perfect. What's not perfect is him double attacking immediately. Thankfully it was on Reese. I can rob that crit with a Trinity Clice, which might be enough to kill him. Hopefully it will be. It's not 200, but it should be enough damage. And, well, yeah. You saw me get very lucky. None of the Cloak and Daggers killed, and I was a little over-leveled. But yeah, Nightmare Mode sucks. Get some Dragon Beans. Beans. Want to make sure you save once that encounter is dealt with. And if your Kevin has Latir like mine does, la 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 la. And the wonderful healing arts, the healing arts. We spam the wonderful healing arts because it makes us not die. There is a ceiling stone here. We don't want to go back quite yet, though. Is that? Indeed. We found you and Tita inside stones just like this. At this point, it's safe to assume there's someone sealed inside this one, too. Well, it's in the Erebonian embassy, so maybe it's Olivier. Oh, wait. Joshua was born in Erebonia too, wasn't he? I don't care who it is. I can't wait to find out who's inside. Well, there's only one way to know for sure. There's no rush, but we should try and make our way back to the base soon and check for ourselves. If you head into the back office, you find the Bestia coat. I'm empty, you say? What a libellous statement! The Bestia coat. 400 defense, 10 arts defense, and 5 agility. Quite the step up from the enhanced denim. This should go straight on your tank and on absolutely nobody else. If you come in here, you get a Tirab arm. You are the real treasure. No. No, I'm not. It's cute, though. Nothing in the bottom area, either. You're free to make your way out. And head into the shopping district, where you can find softening balm. Oh, right. There is a second short story. Good luck figuring that out. Inside here, there's some septium drops. There's some green hair inside. The chest prays to Adios. The sinful priest gets his just desserts. Well, I don't know if I called septium drops dessert, but hey. We do indeed have them. And the proxy puppet. I'm not clever enough for all these chest phrases. Ah! So the proxy puppets work much the same as they do in the other Sky games, where they'll prevent you from dying once, but they will break after they do. And the septium drops are an attack item with 1,350 strength that have a 50% chance of inflicting an ailment. If you head into your recipe book, they require Firefly Fungus, which we haven't found yet, Maple Sugar, Lucky Fangs, and Clear Gelatin. These are all obtainable now, and part of the reason I grinded as much as I did. Can't go inside the Calvardian embassy, unluckily. And then the Grancel arena is completely blocked. Go figure. No fighting for us. Unless it's in the streets and in a disorderly fashion. Then we may fight. Gonna start off with a Hellgate. And a bolt. I'm gonna clock up Kevin right here. Thankfully, we do have enough for a Smoke Cannon 2 on all of them. Damn you, Tita, why do you miss like this? You might also notice that in Sky the Third, your characters tend to miss a lot more often. That's no coincidence. The chances that you will either just straight up miss, or get hit while the enemy is blinded is straight up increased. It is boosh. Absolute boosh. Just gonna pop that there. I'm also gonna Vital Cannon, just in case the worst should come to pass. Always gotta plan for the bad. I planned for the bad. And I'm damn glad I did. Uh-oh. Goodbye, child. Never mind. Live, child! Live! Please, bro! Ah! Crud. I shall revive the child. Ta-da! So, our romp through the area is pretty normal. Spam blinds. Hope everything goes to plan. Get hit through them like 5 times. Thanks, game. Julia will be most of your front-loaded physical damage for this area, for now. But we will get a quick answer to that shortly. Everybody levels up. Nothing special except for that EP charge that we got. Preemptive attack. Hell yes. We take those. It's free damage. Do 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 do. Gonna pop open a Hellgate. Hippity hoppity making a sandwich. You can cross gear Rage for more damage. Has a much higher base damage than Kevin's regular attack. His base doing about 100 to these guys, and cross gear's doing 700-ish. 690, something like that.
Justice must always prevail.
Unfortunately, no sewers. No DuckTales references today. We head into the History Museum. I don't think there's anything new. But all of these church ritual items are becoming a lot more relevant now. And this is just a nice way to revisit some of the stuff from first chapter if you didn't look at the museum there. Because, hey, that was pretty time-sensitive. I don't think there's genuinely anything that you need here other than optional stuff. So if you want to look at that, go for it. You want to heal up. And then head up into the landing port. I want to be careful of the normal encounters up here. Because they can be quite nasty. Nasty beasties. Cross gear Rage 2. And that Hellgate should seal the deal. With the seal. It's just a little bit ridiculous how Kevin gets his CP back that fast. Just a little silly. Oh, god damn it. Get that Purging Bomb. Yippee! Hello, sir, I'm lost. Could you help me with my flight? Oh, you're trying to murder me. What the bloody devil? What is this? What is this bush? Baloney even. I call bazingles. And I'm basically just going to have Julia sit there and face tank it so they don't move out of the Hellgate range. Pretty simple strats, I know. But if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. Eat hot arrows and then die. Slap. Ow. Jerk. I kind of need that to live. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna Holy Blessing Julia here real quick. Yeah, sure. Kevin's gonna perk it until it falls over. Nothing at the end of the landing strip. No banana. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that. Sure, game. Preemptive attack in my favor. We'll go with it. Get a free smoke cannon. Whee! Free win. Bro, he is blinded, sealed, and fainted. My poor man's. Put him out of his misery. Free my man's Royal Knight. Did nothing wrong. Except for try and murder a child, I guess. That might be considered a bit illegal. Nothing special down here, I don't think. Nope, not AVI to that one. Why did we have to come out here? There was something in my notes. Surely. Hold on, is it the one building I passed by? No. What? What? Why? Why? Okay. Right, enough stalling. Back to the Hermit's Garden. It's time to unleash the ceiling stone, the ceiling stone, the ceiling stone. The stone that's attached to the ceiling, not the floor. We'll unleash the ceiling stone, the ceiling stone. I still can't get over how pretty they are. So this is how I was released too, was it? And the sky turns to an orange coloration. That looks like... Yeah. What was that, a stun grenade? Fall back, Olivia. Their target is likely to be... What? It really is you. Captain Schwartz. What are you doing here? Just where is this? And what happened to Olivia? So, you were with the prince when you were drawn in here. Allow me to explain what we know of our current situation. If you have any questions, I would be happy to try and answer them. I see. I must admit, all of this is a little much to take in at once. I'm more tempted to think I'll wake up any minute to find I've been dreaming. I felt much the same at first, Major. I've been in here for a while now, and I still find myself doubting all of this is even real. I'm too hard-headed for my own good, I fear. Then we're similar in more ways than one. In any case, we don't have the luxury of time on our side. I'm concerned about that fool's safety, so allow me to assist you with your search. We'd be happy to serve you. Incidentally, before we get going, what kind of situation were you in when the light started surrounding you? Well, the two of us were in Palm, conducting an inspection. Night arrived, and the two of us made our way back to the hotel where we were staying. That was when it happened, and completely without warning. I can't say for sure, but given that he was with me, he may have been caught up in this as well.
Palm? That's the southernmost town in Erebonia, right?
That's right. It happens to be the closest Erebonian town to LeBeau.
Sorry to interject, but may I ask something? Who is this Olivier you keep referring to?
Oh, he was another one of the guys who came with us to that flying city, Prince Oliver. You wouldn't think he was a prince if you met him, though. He's real easygoing and fun to be around. I'm not sure I could disagree any more with that last part if I tried. He delights in living a life of excessive debauchery and constantly exhausts those unfortunate enough to be around him at every waking hour.
You know as well as I do that there's more to him than that, of course. Word of his exploits since returning to the Empire has been reaching LeBeau, Major. If they're to be believed, he's become quite adored at high-class social gatherings.
It's true, he's managed to avoid causing too much of a stir by keeping up his usual act so far. But who knows what kind of rumors will start spreading when he reveals his true colors. Well, keep hanging in there, buddy. Something wrong, Reese?
Nothing at all. It's interesting how the people we've found so far all seem to know one another. That can't be a simple coincidence. Perhaps only people who meet that condition end up getting surrounded by that white light and coming here.
Maybe.
Well, the logic does add up. At the very least, it appears to be linked to becoming imprisoned in one of those stones you spoke of. You'd mentioned before not finding sealing stones containing any of the Arcel's crew or Grancelite residents, correct? Despite encountering both the ship and the city itself in an abnormal state.
That's correct.
I hadn't even thought of that.
It's good food for thought while we keep exploring. Right now, our focus needs to be finding out what happened to Grancel.
Indeed.
I'd like to accompany you too, if at all possible. Fastest way for me to accept the situation I'm in would be to experience it firsthand. So, Kevin and Reese are both fixed party members. And from this point, it will be possible to switch members in and out of the party from the garden. Select the party icon displayed on the screen. Members who aren't mandatory at that point in time can be switched freely. It's also possible to view and change the equipment and ordnance of reserve members from the camp menu while in the garden as well. In that case, I leave everything in your hands. I'll be here standing by in case you require my assistance. Thanks. If we find out anything about where the prince is, we'll let you know right away. Thank you.
What was that? Kevin, was that?
Yep, it's our old pal the Cube again.
Visitors from afar. Possessors of the Cube.
A woman's voice?
I know, Tita, it's hard to tell. And who might she be? Wish we knew. Whoever she is, it doesn't seem like she can hear us.
You seem to be gathering strength well. I will unlock another of the Cube's powers.
Remote abilities. In the Cube menu, you can select a character not in the active party to set as a support member. Support member will confer certain benefits on the active party. Each character has a different set of benefits they can provide, including raising stats, drop rates, and more.
The power of the Malevolent One is much too great. I pray that your bonds will become a great light that will let you prevail.
I fear I may have underestimated just how bizarre this situation is. Regardless, whoever she may be, it doesn't sound as though she means us harm.
Indeed. That Schwarzritter is clearly our enemy, but the woman doesn't seem to be so far. That said, I wouldn't place too much trust in her just yet. We still don't know who she is.
Well, thanks to her, we've got a few neat features on the cube to play around with. You guys up for seeing how they work? Where's my hotkey? That's not my hotkey. That's my hotkey. Start button. We're gonna give Mueller some time to stretch his legs. Tita's been with us since the beginning. I think she deserves a bit of a break. And you'll notice in this menu, we have full access to everybody's quartz. Active party members have the blue part on the bottom, next to their faceplate, and grade members do not, which means they are not in the active party. So let's unequip Tita's quartz very quickly. And get talking about Mueller! Comes equipped with a HP 2, Action 2, Attack 2, Hit 1, Move 1, which is why you don't need to stress about getting extras. He wields two-handed swords, just like Agate does. Comes with a survival vest and trekking gear. He is outfitted as a high DPS tank. He's very strong in the same way that Agate is. And he has a lot of utility crafts that let him do things that Agate could never do. Things like Ragnarbind, Houndgale, Blade Dancer, and Mirage Edge are all excellent crafts, which we'll go over in full once we get into some combat with him. But Mueller's crippling downside is his insanely slow speed. It doesn't look like it now, but that's because he has an Action 2 equipped. If you remove his Action 2 and put him on base, he has 45 speed at level 99. This guy is slow as balls. Granted, that's not everything there is to his character, but he is incredibly slow, and this will hamper him in a bunch of different ways. Also, weirdly enough, he is a tank in the same way that Zin was in Sky First and 2nd chapter, where he is generally hampered by his augment slot. He has a blue slot at the top of his list, which is really not good. It's better than having an excess of blue things that you just can't do anything with, but it's still not ideal. Fortunately, this does give him access to Tira, provided you have a Mind 2 or a Mind 1. Which can be very nice. Having that much healing on one ability is pretty good. But if you're using him for healing, you're kind of using him wrong. If that makes any sort of sense. We're going to give him information. And the EP cut. Then in his extra slot, we're going to slap a Mind 2 on him. Think. Give him poison. And then put the Action 2 down there instead. It's a pretty decent outfit for now. Gonna put a black bangle and a white bracelet on him. And give him the Beastia coat. This means we can give Julia his survival vest. And Kevin can finally upgrade to some grips boots. I almost said shoes. Grip shoes. Grip slip dip. And your party members will spread out and hang out in the various corners of the Hermit's Garden. Tita can be found over here in this chapter. I should probably clarify that during chapters, some of them might move locations. Tita has not moved locations, though. She will be there for the rest of this chapter. No need to worry about missing where she is. Now that we've got a convenient excuse to come back here as well, I want to show off this glowing book here. All of Carnelia's on the bookshelf. So, if you read all the books, you don't have to read them, you just have to open them and then flick through all the pages. There is a very worthwhile reward at the end of the game for reading all the books. So you just want to really quickly, whenever you get a first chance to go and do this, scroll through them all. If people want me to, I'll read through all of the books once we have all of them unlocked. Because, I don't know, it might interest some people. Go down to 9. 10, and then finale. I just want to get through all of these now before it becomes a massive block of text for you later. So make sure to periodically come by and check out these bookshelves. And it will be worth it by the end of the game, I assure you. We want to head over to the tree now. I don't think it's down here, but I can check. No, it's not. Cool beans, ham jabroni. I'm gonna buy ingredients. And we are very, very tight on Mira right now. Except for the fact that I killed a boatload of enemies. Which means that I can afford that. Yippee! We also have more Tira bombs than we know what to do with. So we are going to sell 28 of them. Get rid of 24 insulating tape. 6 smelling salts. Smelly salts. And then we're going to use that money to scrounge up some firefly fungus. And make ourselves some septium drops. If you got the money to make another one, you can do. Just like in Sky Second Chapter, the damage foods are quite good. So you want to stock up on a supply of them as soon as you can. They are very nifty things. Also, if you head onto this menu, you can now see the support section has opened up. The remote abilities are, well, some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are meh. Don't use Titas. Don't use it for right now, at least. It's not really worth losing 5 speed just to be slightly more dodgy and more accurate. It's really not that good. Anyhow, let's go bully some skeletons. Gotta wait for the Skelebob to appear. So, Mueller. Ragnar Bind. Draws foes into range and knocks them unconscious. Has a 50% feint chance. Hound Gale is a small area attack, which is basically why I replaced Tita by using Mueller instead. Because Mueller has dum-dum damage, and he can do some AoE stuff like Tita could. Blade Dancer has a 20% confusion chance, and Mirage Edge can impede arts and crafts and inflicts mute. And then there's his S-Break Righteous Witness. Now, there's something very special about Mueller during chain attacks. I believe him and Julia have the capabilities of attacking twice in chains. So, if I launch the chain with Mueller and Kevin, for example, Mueller does damage twice, Kevin only hits once. This is another boon that Mueller has that other characters do not, and it makes him very handy-dandy at finishing off fights quickly by using his chains. If you can get him to work in conjunction with Julia, that is 4 attacks for the price of 2. Which is really bloody nice, considering it's an AoE effect. If you have it available to you, I definitely recommend making use of it, because it can certainly be very handy. Gonna stick Kevin down there. So I'm having Mueller and Julia play tanks at the front. Hold on, let me just go beat the snot out of this. Bomb, bomb. Do, ba-da-da-boom. So Mueller just casually walks up and starts one-shotting things, as you do. And his weapon doesn't even have the same power Julia's does. Julia has a plus 400 strength bonus. He only has 250. Yeah. Mueller hits like a freaking freight train. But, you know, sometimes you can't compete with a weapon that gives you plus 400 strength. Boop. So, that's a general rundown on how Mueller works. I gotta hear this. God, it sounds so good. If there's one thing I'll praise this game for, it's the music. Just, God, I love it so much, and I'm going to gush about it so much more the further in we get. Like, that area just evokes the feeling of being inside of, like, a genie lamp or something. But also the kind of trepidation of the whole situation. It's awesome. God, I love Trail's music so much. Maybe too much. Anyway. We can now save over that file. And now that we have Mueller freed, we can take care of Sundor? No. Stardoor 1. We can do Stardoor 1. I don't remember what the reward is, but I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it or not. It's essentially a boss fight that you will probably lose, just because you are woefully outmatched in power. but you can win. I just don't remember if the reward differs if you do or do not. Also, those big jerks are outside now, and they are playing around with themselves. Phrasing. So, the Iron Kaisers are on their own now, and are much bloody easier to deal with. I'll give it that. And you see chain 2 between Mueller and Julia. Four different damage ticks go off there. Rolled. Boop. Easy noob. So, checking the monster notebook. The Iron Kaisers have some middling drops. Dark Blades can drop Superior Shoes, Kaleido Armor, Spiritual Boots. All pretty good enemy drops, honestly, that you may want to farm for. But that boss encounter can be quite a pain in the keister. So, I don't know. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Plus respect. Mission passed. By the way, now that the time has progressed, I think we can go this way? No. Bugger! Oh. Did he just clip through the wall to get me? You cheating son of a cheat. Bloody bugger. No, Kevin, don't send them to the Shadow Realm. Balls. Right. So I'm going to chain 2 with Julia and Mueller. Stab, stab, stab. Very good. And then Mueller can just go. Boop. The Sword of Vendor. Yes, he did just completely clip through the chain to get me. What a cheating bugger. Absolute cheat. Cheaty, cheaty sneak. Sneaky, sneaky cheat. Da-da-da. Time for my brain to figure out which direction I can and cannot go again. That'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it. Doi! Doi! I am very glad that I did that. I am very sad that I did that. Oops. Gonna have Kevin cross-gear rage. And miss! God damn it, Kevin! I need you to not suck! Oh! Attack up. Hits for some monster damage. That's 3,000 from a 2-craft combo. Mueller is the GOAT! But, you know, he's quite slow. But that is really his only downside. If you can get past his very slow speed, Mueller can carry you very bloody hard early. He is an excellent character. And I highly suggest you make use of him. Coming to the Le Beurre News Service. Head up to the top floor. Get a Black Bangle Plus. Did you know? Early Concepts had Joshua as the protagonist, while Estelle had Joshua's current role.
Over time, however, the team believed it made more sense if the roles were switched. I could not imagine Estelle being an Ouroboros agent. That just doesn't seem right. But, you know. Maybe that's just because of the way she's been portrayed. Anyway, Black Bangle. Plus 100 dex. So you remember when I said that Tita was very bad with her support ability? Yeah. Yeah, this was the reason. And other stuff. But, mostly this. Dex plus 100! This is also the reason why Hit 2 really isn't that great, because... plus 100 Dex! Who thought this was okay? Who did this? I don't know, but I'm going to take full advantage of it. If you're concerned about Mueller not hitting, then, you know, problem solved. Plus 100 dexterity. Missing is now a myth. Goodbye. Forever. There we go. Then you want to go into the bar where you handed in the Cornelia chapters in Sky First chapter. Get the Brain Roast and the Swing Witch. Oh, let me get a healing. The Brain Roast cures sleep. And the Swing Witch restores 50 CP. Yeah, they just straight up go, hey, here, have a better Tomatarian sandwich. In the second dungeon. If that doesn't set up your expectations for this game being absolute baloney, I don't know what does. They give it to you for free. Heading to where the Sepith shop was. Go figure. Unfortunately, Dalmor does not deserve to be sent into an eternal maze of damnation with funky beats. But in here, there's a Tira Bomb. I just get called out for ogling a chest. Wait a minute. I only now just understood that pun. Maybe I am too innocent for my own good. Anywho. S-Tablet. S-Tablets are essentially a cure-all for lowered statuses. So if the enemy debuffs your attack for some reason or something, an S-Tablet will remove the debuff and increase your HP by 4,000. Or heal you by 4,000, not increase. God, I wish. Turn Kevin into a goat. I mean, he's already the greatest of all time, but, you know. He could stand to be stronger. Also, back alley ambush. Unfortunately, Mueller has been trolled. I'm just going to get rid of their critical by doing that. And then I'll cross-gear rage. Just doing cross-gear rage to give Mueller some time to catch up. Murder. Sponsored by Reese Argent. Here's a good chance to show off Ragnar Bind. Zip zap, motherfucker! And bonk.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Get a Lucky Fang. And of course, no sewer diving. Boo-hoo. Can head up to the church. Can head straight past the church. Chest here contains the stun GB.
which is an upgrade for Tita. I'm good at items real quick. Weapons. 400 damage, plus 5 range. Small damage radius. So it's essentially an Akashic Heart for Tita, pretty much. It's quite good. And then up here. Those who have not proven themselves in battle are not worthy of stepping inside. Should you wish to be deemed worthy, struggle through 100 battles. Only then shall the door open. No. You can check if you have this requirement unlocked or not by going into your notebook, and then you'll be able to check how many battles you've done. Have 189 victories and 189 battles. Yippee! So as long as you meet the requirements, you can head through that door. I don't quite remember what the contents of that is. Can't go down into where we would be when we got transported, because of course we can't. God knows, that would be too inconvenient. And a Celestial Bomb. Up here we've got another chest that has a Tira Bomb in it. Beware! This chest is full of salt. Salt! Man. If you've gotten everything in there... Die! Hold on a minute. I've forgotten a house. Balls! I've forgotten a house. Is there a chest in this house? There is a chest in this house. It has 50 elemental sepith in this house. Ha! Survival hinges. Chest puns. Duh. I should probably heal Julia, huh? I'm really only thinking about that now. Oops. Save up. I think the... What? What indeed, Reese? Oh dear. What is a bobcat doing in a place like this? You recognize this ship? It's owned by the Sky Bandits who managed to make their way onto that flying city, just like us. I hear they put a stop to the whole bandit business now, though. After all the trouble on the Liber Ark, Her Majesty extended all of them a royal pardon for their actions. I hear they are currently using their airship to operate a courier business, in fact. Huh. That's cool. I see. Still, why would it be here? Well, it's not impossible they came to Grancel to deliver some sort of letter or parcel. The best way to find that answer is to look inside and see what we find. Hey guys, who's the next party member gonna be? I'm sad. Ah, that sucks. There might be someone in here too. Should we try breaking it down? Heck away! Wait, no, I was joking. At least let us try to see if we can unlock it by some other means before skipping to our last resort. Given that this is an airship's door, I imagine it must be fairly sturdy. It'd probably take a significant amount of force to break through it. Naturally, I was also joking. You little fibber. Okay, now that we've saved this poor door's life, let's look around for a key to open it. Until then, we're just gonna have to leave it. Hoop. Hop. Hip. Hep. Jumping always gets me. For one reason or another. Woo. So if you were disappointed by the crippling lack of loot here in second chapter, prepare to be disappointed again, but not as much. As we actually do have some loot. The Long Barrel 2. The Long Barrel 2 can be equipped on Tita, I believe. Nope. Guns and cannons. Guns and cannons. Guns and cannons. Guns and cannons. Long Barrel 2 is the only thing to get here. Want to pop a save down once you reach this part of the port, as enemies are going to start showing up. If you follow that edge around, you can get Tira Bomb. And a fight with 2 Iron Geysers. Ah. Uh-oh. Skadoosh! Yo! Smokin'! He is poisoned and sealed, so he can't do anything, and he will slowly die of his own accord. As long as we can delay the other guy, they should group up together, and then it's slim pickings. Gonna chain 2 with Kevin on the actual threat. And do nothing. Gonna chain 2 with Julia on the actual threat. And do something. Woo! Please don't kill Kevin. Woo! Okay, we're alive. We are, in fact, living. Just chillin', like a villain. Ragnarmind just being a straight-up sword taser. Very epic. You know, on the off chance that that one breaks out. On the off chance. The very rare circumstance. I'm gonna slap it. Skadoosh. And there he goes. Boom. You can almost hear the Discord disconnect sound. Eula gets free item. And we can spam our army of tear bombs. Whee! You want to head around this building? Let me check the map. Where is it? Stored. No, we want to go this way. Watch out for the knights. As long as you're facing them when the combat starts, you should be okay. Gonna give Julia Holy Blessing, because she has kinda low stats. And I'm gonna show off the other use of Ragnarbind. Failure! Technically, it's a second application. Gonna attack orders. Ow. Jerk. I kill you. Silence. I miss you. Ah. Ah, phooey. Well. Free kill! Yippee! And then everyone else should be able to deal with this guy just fine. Easy.
Think of my master.
On the tear bombs again. So you can see the blue chest we got earlier through this fence, right? You want to follow the edge of the warehouses along the path, and you get a Crimson Eye. If you remember the Crimson Eye from second chapter, let's just say they gave it a bit of a boost. A teeny boost of about 300 arts attack and 400 defense. This thing is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Whoever your designated arts caster is, you slap this onto them and you do not turn back. No turning around on that stuff. It is criminal how strong this thing is for how early you get it. Mental. Mental, mental, mental. Had a heart of gold until we stole it. Because it's good and it's mine. Here is the warehouse where the Orguile was being stored. If I remember rightly, this was the warehouse the tank was hidden in. My first time seeing the inside, though. It's currently being rented out by a new owner, as far as I'm aware. Naturally, they've been given a thorough background checking this time. Oh, right. Probably for the best after what went down before. Kevin! I'm not even going to make a joke about what these things look like. If you're old enough, you can figure it out for yourself. Anyway, what a mess. Now we're up against ghosts? They're going to attack! Destoplasm. Inflict Seal. Mwah, mwah. You got the Purging Bombs from farming like I did. You can make great use of them here. And Sacred Breath cures all ailments, so you can use that. Now, we want to abuse the power of Mueller's Sweet Kicks. So we're going to give Kevin a CP boost with Reese. And Julia's going to use attack orders. We're going to have Kevin block everything, as he does. Destoplasm is a single target attack, so these guys really aren't too threatening, as long as you don't get very unlucky. And we can get a Chain 3. So the Wisps are an evil spirit born from darkness in people's hearts, seals foes' movements with breath. They are also a dun-to-death Sonic gimmick that I wish would go away. Big damage! Need I say more? Oh, please, buddy. A Destoplasm ain't gonna do jack. It's adorable, but it's not gonna do jack. Mueller also has access to Curia, which means that he can basically heal himself. And if you have your Kevin outfitted like I did, you also have Aerial, which makes this fight a bloody joke. Doesn't matter which way you want to handle it, as long as you pick away and stick to it, fight should be over fairly quickly. get 132 water sepith. Mondo numbers. And we find a key.
Could that be the key to the airship?
Can't think of anything else it'd be good for. What's it doing here, though?
Solve one mystery and find 2 more right around the corner. Still, at least now we should be able to get inside that airship.
Yeah, let's make our way back. Ignore him. Straight up, ignore Kevin. Do not listen. This man speaks falsehood and lies. And not just because I don't like Josette. You want to back out, back in. And can you see it? On the bottom right corner of the screen. Want to make your way all the way around the back. And you can pick up a purging bomb. Which is particularly useful in that fight. So, hey-ho to nice drop locations. There is also a chance that in the spot where I'm at now, a Shining Palm will spawn. Similar to how they did in first chapter. They're no longer locked to enemies specifically. They are back in specific areas once again, but they're usually quite far from a given entry point to make the grinding more difficult. Still though, it's perfectly possible. You just need patience and a lot of peas. Just gonna spam some chain 2s. Chain Titan. Gonna bring Reese in to attack. And then Kevin can sacrifice Arrow. Everybody back up.
Oh, pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
And Mueller gets a level. Doesn't learn anything at level 100. But it's nice to be level 100. Then over here, we have an EP charge hidden in this box. His favourite character is Chester. What is wrong with you, Box? Chest, what have they done to you? Who wrote this message? Who forced you to like Chester? Who did this? I've also now just realised again that it's a chest pun. Ah! How many times will I be befuddled and betrayed by chests? Duh. Duh. That is very bad. I do not want to die, so you must go first. You stop moving. I need you to die. Damn it. Oh, he was too far away. Yeah, okay then. Mueller and Julia crit for the win. Yeah, boy! Strike as one.
For the sake of my master.
Reese and Kevin get a level up. Gives me the latte license. Get a Tira bomb. If we head on to the cargo ship, woo! How dare we? There's actually nothing on the ship. I lied to you. I believe you can get a view from here in the top right. There is a chest on the opposite side. Let's go get that, shall we? La da 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 da. Trying to avoid the murder knights. Doopy doopy boo. Boom. And then the final chest is hidden behind the monument over here. And it is very worth your time. Scent. Trails in the Sky III was delayed for 5 years to come up with more treasure chest phrases. Does that mean the Zero games were delayed for a decade for the same reason? I jest. Or do I? So, scent. 2, 2, 2, 4. It is bonkers. Bonkers, mate. Bonkers. As it gives you access to Saint, which is a strength and defense boost for one person. Which is a bit silly. Just a bit silly. Just a bit. If we open our book, you can see that we get access to a lot of nutty things. You could theoretically get access to a crest at this point, which is an AoE shield against art damage, which is not that useful when you could just cancel the art in question, but still nice. Still nice. Gives you Forte for almost free. You just need to find the Space and Mirage value, which you can easily get by using an EP Cut 1. Also gives you Firebolt EX or Spiral Flare, which is well worth it, because Spiral Flare is pretty good damage for EP cost at this point. I believe you can get up to Blue Impact, which is damn nice. And it gives you Crest on its own as well, which is pretty good. Pretty good. The major failings of this quartz come into play if you're not using it properly. Namely, you should be using it before boss fights, and in generally no other instance. Unless you have something like Haze or Yin Yang to reduce the enemy's awareness of you to a point where they won't just bum rush you every 5 seconds. Because, as you've all seen from the encounters, yeah, it can be quite deadly. Now that you've gotten all of the loot from the area, you can fast travel back to Stardot 2. Hop on down to Funky Town. And jump onto the Bobcat. Do I have to? Fine. Hey, that looks like another stone. It's hard to see from here, but it could very well be. Should I go up and get it? Nah, I'll go, just to be sure. You guys wait down here for me. So this is what those ceiling stones look like. I wonder whether it being here means what I think it does. We'll soon find out. Let's get it back to the base. Here's hoping that releasing whoever's inside will make something happen in the city, too. That sounds wise. And with nothing else to do, off we go. Restore your HP and EP and mentally prepare for the pain you're about to endure. And with Sealing Stone unleashed, the time changes in Grancel to night. And the last barriers separating everything in Grancel has come down. Which means we can go access the Grand Arena. So it's the girl, is it? Sure looks like it. It was down to either her or one of her brothers.
Kyle? Don? What happened? Huh?
It's been quite some time, young lady. That logo on your visor is your new courier service, then.
What kind of dream is this? This is so lame. If I have to dream about people from the Bell, can't Joshua be in it? What do I care about some phony priest or that military nut?
You're still so very charming.
I'll have you know my credentials are totally for real. Thank you very much. Stop talking all this crap already. Just tell me where you've hidden my brothers so I can go and rescue them.
How were we supposed to explain anything if you won't listen to us? All of us are trapped inside this strange place, just like you. How could we know where your brothers are?
And you expect me to just buy that hook, line, and sinker? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that something's weird going on. But it wasn't even that long ago that we were all flying over Crossbill and the Bobcat together. So that was what you were doing when you were surrounded by that white light. Yeah, that's right. Wait, how'd you know about the light? Well, your situation is nearly the same as my own, then. Save for the fact that you were in Crossbell. Still, Crossbell's not that far from the Bell on the map, right? It's the state between Erebony and Calvert, isn't it?
That's the one. If you took an international airliner, you could be there in about an hour. It's worth noting for sure.
Hello? I'm standing right here, guys. Actually, forget it. I'm going back to the Bobcat. I've got no reason to hang around with you guys. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Just so you're aware, Grancel is no longer the city you once knew. There's no telling when your ship will be overrun by fiends. You still sure you want to try acting alone?
Well...
If we can't change your mind, we'll at least escort you back, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not until we've got a better idea of what kind of situation we're even in here. It's not like we'd never worked together before, right?
Okay, I get it. My head's practically spinning with all that's going on, so I'm not sure what I should be doing right now. I guess it wouldn't hurt to stick with you until we find Kyle and Dawn.
Good. We'd feel better if you did.
But if you guys think I'm gonna owe you one, you've got another thing coming. If I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna be doing my part, so anytime you need something, I'm your girl.
A noble enough sentiment. Just make sure you don't end up holding us back in your attempts to be of assistance.
You mind your own business. She seems to be more dutiful than I was expecting. She's a good person at heart, really.
Josette! Wah, 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 wah. It's slightly less bad in this game. Hooray! Josette fans rejoice. Already comes with Chain 3, Stampede, Anchor Flail, and Plunder. Plunder is a skill that is unique to her at this point, where she can steal things from enemies. This makes farming for specific drops from stuff like the Dark Blades way easier to do. And her augment setup isn't much better, but she does come with the first available EP Cut 2. Thank you for your donation to the Kevin Fund. Now get in the back. Comes with a dual star, survival vest, trekking gear. If you haven't found a use for your long barrel 2 yet, there you go. Not what I'd recommend doing with it. You'd be better off shoving it into a damn ditch. But hey-ho. What can you do? So if your intended characters don't have trekking gear or a survival vest yet, yoink those from her and leave her in the dust. She also doesn't have an S-Craft, because she doesn't have access to the Bobcat. This is just... it's painful. How Falcom could do a character that's this mildly interesting so dirty. So, really sad. Okay, my stream froze for a second and I cried on the inside and the outside. That's what I get for shit-talking Josette, I suppose. The universe has conspired against me. I will speak my truth. So she comes with 2 Earth slots, which give her immediate access to Earth Lance. And additionally, she's probably the second best arts caster you could have access to right now, next to Reese and Kevin. Because of her very large selection of slots. However, you're only going to be able to use Earth-related stuff on her because she has very crappy Earth lines that are required. However, her main utility, as I said before my stream absolutely crapped the bed, is her support power. If you head to the character swapping menu, switch her out.
Understood.
Her support is item drop rates plus 20%, Sepith gain plus 30%, defense minus 5%. This is an almost negligible downside while grinding, because you're probably going to be overleveled anyway. This makes farming so much simpler. Your Shining Palm gains are going to be nuts, I tell you, nuts! While I wouldn't recommend using her for story-mandated fights or anything like that, she is perfectly serviceable for other things. And while that's all I'm planning on doing for this stream for now, I do think it fit that we at least go and check on one of the doors that we go to. So, when the stream's done, I'll prop up a community post. And I guess you guys can vote on what you want to see first. It'll be Star Door 1 or Star Door 2. I don't really remember how Star Door 2 works. Let me check that it's an actual door. Really quickly. Oh yeah, it's an actual door. Okie dokie. Right then. I just want to thank you all for stopping by. Now the game is picking up, so to speak. We've got some real powerhouses behind us, and stuff's going down in Grancel. Oh boy, stuff is going down in Grancel. So that being said, if you just got to the end of the VOD, or you were here for the stream, thank you! I greatly appreciate the presence. Helps keep me motivated, helps keep the algorithm on the up and up for the channel. Does good work. Your subscriptions rather. Subscribes. That's not how English works. Boo. Your likes, your subscriptions, your comments,
all of your interactions with my stuff is greatly appreciated. Hopefully, we can help some more people find my stuff. And, well, you guys stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.